Hello everyone. Today we will have a review of 4 of my new sweatshirts. Let's see. First it goes we have this here is very beautiful. Purple lavender. I really like him. How is he so here is a chocolate force. Also, I have such a blue tone. I really like let's pretty tacky transparent. Also, that's the kind of green. Bright pretty tacky. And so here is a blue classic without any. They are all without NRX pictures. Well, let's start with him. So on me first here is such a blue jacket. It's a top so it looks from the front, side and back. He has a beautiful cut here. That's why if you have their shorter their jeans then you will have visible belly here well and you can play with variation of some top contrasting under the bottom. He be just really pretty. Peep out. Herself she is very beautiful, but there's strings sticking out here, which will have to be cut. And on the sleeves they stick out. Everywhere where the seams are they generally stick out, but thanks at least the edge is more or less stitched. Here it is just processed with a stitch. And thanks to this, he creates these beautiful ruffles and effects. On the sleeves and down the bottom. Here are nowhere else cutouts. I also really like the city. And the text is just so big. And it scratches me nowhere, does not press the fabric quite nice. And I will definitely be in it. Walk. Here is. Well, let's now look at her wet. And so I think it looks cool in the wet form. She is a very beautiful shade. Would not even mind if she was originally that shade. She became as if you know. Some more noble than sky blue. She became wobbly in some more greens. In the sea shade, she gets pretty much wet and easy. So in it, I do not advise you. In wet weather, yes. By the fabric itself she is as soft in wet places. And also basically stretches. But a little harder than in dry. Also late fit. If you wet her, I basically like it so much. By the way, be sure to subscribe and click the bell. So I'm wearing the next top of the jacket. Because he's not short. Pretty tacky long. What is convenient, for example, somewhere? Wrap it well under clothes. Either you can wear even like this to tie. It's in belly area. On the hips so it looks from the front, side and back. He stretches well will suit many girls. The fact that he can safely buy it by himself, he's pretty tacky soft. Except I don't like the collar. That there is no way he is stitched, but at least he doesn't scratch in any way. But I'm a little uncomfortable. I do not like when something presses on my throat. Here I also really like it. What he has all edges. They are made in such assembly. Ruffle. Because it's very beautiful. And cute as it looks to me. Here's also I like how this top looks with what? He stresses all my virtues. Here comes a squishy by itself. I will definitely wear it. The fact that therefore, hero I pulled something here. My nail hurt and some fishing line got out. It seems to be okay. Well, let's look at him wet. And so then my jacket looks wet. She became more transparent. She doesn't absorb water much. Water slips off her. Pretty much. The fact that it can be brushed. So you can basically walk in it in wet weather. Here is. Not to be scared. Because if not strongly, Then you can just brush the water into yourself. I kinda like this. And by the touch not like that. Solid as in the last jacket. Basically she is pleasant for Panowski. She is comfortable and also she has its elasticity even in wet form. So I advise her unequivocally. And basically I also like the shade. Which gets. So I'm wearing the next jacket. She is so pretty tacky also long. She has go around the edges of a ruffles. Here. But there are strings sticking out here that need to be cut. They stick out everywhere where the stitches are as I understand it. Also, yeah. Seems though more or less even. Everything on the sides but these threads are lack big. By the fabric itself she is very nice soft. I have no complaints. To her. Here is. Herself she also doesn't shine in the light. She's more or less matte. Have some glitter. But he doesn't embarrass me. She goes straight so specifically matte. I like it she has such a beautiful shade. Well but let's see now. How's she gonna look wet? And so the jacket looks wet on me. She got darker. You can see it very obviously on her. A water is absorbed into it. But not really willingly. She can easily slip off her here. Shade she became a little darker. But she still. It is present. She has the most initially it's like this here. Dark blue. Green sea wave. Something of this choose. What is her shade? Here well I like it. In principle. Still she stretches in the future wet. I feel comfortable in it. And so the next jacket looks on me. She goes so beautiful. Lavender shade of purple. I really love this kind of shade, and I think he is very handsome. Looks harmonious with my hair. Here is. But I don't like. What do all these jacket have in my opinion? Strings stick out. On. Edges at the seams. I don't like this. Well, I like that there are such ruffles here. They are straight pretty much. Also I really like her gait. The fact that he is beautiful, looking good. Yeah. And basically she is pretty soft in herself. No way it scratches. She looks exactly the same in style. How first is that she has interesting details only. Front. How does she look from everyone? Parties. That's the fact that I like it. She seems to be ordinary. But thanks to these ruffles and this cutout. Appears in it. Some such here is an interesting feature highlight. Here is a she herself. Not much glossy. But she looks more like matte. Well, let's look at her wet. So the jacket looks wet on me. By the way, the fabric did not change in any way by feeling. Although not a little bit as if it became harder, but it does not bother me in any way. Ooh, she became more transparent and dark shade. The water just slips off her. So if you do not try hard to wet it, she will so let's say ourselves plus minus well behave. Comfortable. Here is. I like her. Even in wet form. She somehow gives one. A gradient in some stripe in a speck. Here is. I'm also comfortable. She doesn't change her properties. She also stretches well. That's a basically. The fact that it is also everything to me. Very like. Bottom of course also water. As if somehow she accumulates there inside. No don't like only. I think just. Some properties. Here is. Well, what write in the comments? Which jacket did you like the most on me? Subscribe, put likes, and everyone bye bye.